name is Bamishelu Samson. I'm the lead for CS206 Human Computer Interaction. And we are currently in course unit 4 in section 4, the software design process of human computer interaction. At the end of this particular unit, it is expected that the students should understand the distinct activities that constitute the software engineering lifecycle. It is also expected that students should understand the concept of waterfall model in relationship to the software lifecycle, and to be able to differentiate between software engineering lifecycle, usability engineering, and to also explain the concept of interactive design and prototype. Introduction: the software design process of human-computer interaction. Software engineering is the discipline for understanding the software design process or life cycle. Therefore, this unit looks at the software design process of human-computer interaction by analyzing the pros, linearity, and cons, non-linearity of the waterfall model that comprises the design life cycle. The usability engineering process that measures the user's experience is weighed against the ISO usability standard 9441 for a successful and effective design. Management issues concerned with interactive design and prototyping are considered along the relevant design rationale. The software process comprises the following. The software processing comprises the following: software engineering and design process for interactive system, usability engineering, interactive design and prototyping, recording the design knowledge using the design rationale. Software engineering is the discipline for understanding the software design process or life cycle. The design for usability occurs at all stages of the life cycle, not as a single isolated activities. Usability engineering is the ultimate test of usability based on measurement of user experience. Interactive design and prototyping overcomes inherent problem of incomplete requirements. Design rationale is information that explains why a computer system is the way it is. The waterfall model. The waterfall model depicts the software life cycle. The pictorial illustration that follows reflection a mountain top from where water fills towards the bottom of the mountain, hence called a waterfall. It shows the commencement of the life cycle, the requirement specification to the design, coding, and testing processes to its ultimate termination, the operation and maintenance. Requirement specification, architectural design, detailed design, coding and unit testing, and integration and testing, and operation and maintenance. Sophie. So, to explain the waterfall model, requirement specification. Here, the designer and client try to capture what the system is supposed to provide and can be expressed in natural language or more precise languages such as tax analysis will provide. Then architectural design. This is high-level description of how the system will provide the services required. It describes how to factor system into major components of the system and how they are interrelating. It shows the need to satisfy both the functional and non-functional requirements. Detailed design. This concerns a refinement of architectural components and their interrelation to identify modules to implement separately. The refinement is governed by the non-functional requirement and verification and validations. Verification, this ensuring that the product is designed right, and validation, this ensuring that the right product is designed. Then how computer interaction affects the program. Read word requirement and then constraint, then formally gap, and then follow the waterfall model. The formally gap show in the aim about indicates that validation will always rely to some extent on diagram subject, means of proof, management, and contractual issue describe design in commercial and legal context. Then the life cycle for interactive system waterfall model cannot, okay, look at requirement, architecture design, detailed design, coding and unit testing, integration and testing, then operation and maintenance. Cannot assume a linear sequence of activities as its waterfall model. The life cycle for interactive system cannot assume a linear sequence of activities as in the waterfall model because there are a lot of feedback occurring within the initial requirement specification. The design, the coding, and testing process. See the illustration above. Usability engineering. This is the ultimate test of usability based on measurement of user experience. Usability engineering demands that specific usability measures be made explicit as requirement. Usability specification comprises the usability attributes and or principle, the measuring concept, and the measuring method. It also depicts either the present level, the worst casual level, the planned level, and the best case level. The problem associated with usability specification are usability specification requires level of details that may not be possible in a particular life of the design process. It does not necessarily satisfy the usability. An example of usability specification. 1. Attributes. Backward recoverability. 2. Measurement concept, undo and erroneous program sequence. 3. Measuring method. Number of explicit users action to undo current program. 5. Present level. An undo is not allowed presently. Worst case. This consider as many actions as it takes to program in mistakes. 6. Plan level. A maximum of 2 explicit user action is allowed. Then 7. Best case. 1 explicit case cancel action is allowed. In ISO standard 9241, usability standard 92 adopt the following traditional usability category. Effectiveness, this is achieving what you want to do. Efficiency, this is doing it without wasting effort. Satisfaction, this is showing whether or not you enjoy the process. Usability objective, effectiveness measurement, efficiency measurement, and satisfaction measurement. So suitability for the task, percentage of goals achieved. In efficiency, trying to complete those tasks. Rate for satisfaction. Appropriate for training user, number of power feature used. Relative efficiency compared with experts, that's under efficiency measurement. Then under satisfaction, rating scales for satisfaction power feature. Then learnability, percentage of function length, then time to learn it, the time to learn criterion. There's also a rate scale for the each of the learning. Then error tolerance, percentage of error corrected successfully, time that it takes to correct those errors, and then the rating scale for the error handling. Interactive design and prototyping. Interactive design overcomes inherent problem of incomplete requirement, while prototypes stimulate or animate some features of intended system. Different type of prototyping can be identified as throwaway, 2 incremental, and then 3 evolutionary. Management issue concerned with interactive design and prototyping. The management issues are time allocated to design, planning the design, non-functional feature of the design, and contract of the design. Then interactive design prototyping techniques. These include the following: storyboarding, which need not be computer based but can be animated. Then limited functionality simulation, in which some part of the system functionality is provided by designer. Such tools like HyperCAD are common. Wizard of OS techniques. Warning about the interactive design. This show concern about the design inertia, in which early bad decision stayed bad. It is better to diagnose the real usability problem in prototypes and not just the symptoms. In conclusion, this life cycle for interactive system cannot be assumed a linear sequence of activities as in the waterfall model, because there are a lot of feedbacks. Then in summary, the software engineering life cycle consists of distinct activities and the consequence for interactive system design. The waterfall model depicts the software life cycle. Usability engineering makes usability measurement explicit as requirement and its ultimate test of usability based on measurement of users' experience. Interactive design overcomes inherent problem of incomplete requirements. Prototyping techniques comprises storyboarding, limited functionality simulation or animation of intended system, and wizard. Design rationale record design knowledge through process and structure orientation. Thanks for listening. We have come to the end of Unit 4 of Section 4.